So yesterday, all of you were there in the evening when our friend made Kishore talk. How many of you were there when ventriloquists were there? Okay. Just giving you a sense of humor. 90% of the family members are Kishore. They speak what their family members want to hear. They do what their family patriarch and matriarch would love to see happen. Correct? So are they leading with heart or leading with what others want them to do? Tell me. Agra was right. Should we do a quick 2-minute drill so that we get the energy? Should we? No. Okay. So, most of us live on borrowed wisdom. Please write this down. Most of us live on borrowed wisdom. It's a 99-1. So those who dare to be different, they have 1% to 99 leverage advantage. They also call this as herd mentality. Follow the crowd. They also talk about only one leader, 99 follower. Fair enough? But if you were to apply same thing that worked for the last 50 years, 75 years, 100 years of follow the leader, Shiny, do you think it will work for the next 25 years with your own children? Not really. Okay, can I request people who are having the mic around? So, if our children think differently, we did studies, we worked with several hundred families, and yesterday I was very fortunate to sit down with about 9 families between the time that we broke and I went to bed. So I changed my presentation. Instead of telling a Bangalore story, a Chennai story, a Mumbai story, I'm going to tell Kerala stories. Not 1, not 2, 5. Are you all ready? So before I go, I ask every one of these families who I talk to how important it is for them to be physically fit, physically and in body, mind and spirit. So how many of you in this room, show of hands or standing up, do meditation every day? Meditation accounts for 99% increase in productivity because it gives clarity of purpose, clarity of mind and clarity of commitment. If you are not doing it, rest of the people, let me give you a 1-minute primer. What is meditation? It is being with yourself, for yourself, with yourself. So when you are being for yourself, with yourself, for yourself, what's happening? Is there anything between you and anybody else? And if you can crystallize what matters as you go forward, not where you came from. Meditation is liberating yourself from all other noise, thoughts and distractions that have prevented you from doing what you always wanted to do. Second one is breathing exercise. How many of you do breathing exercise every day? We are in God's own country. So you, rest of the people get it for free, so you take it for granted. If not, if you do breathing exercise every day, oxygen supplies to the brain, makes your decision crisper. All of you are in family business. When your business decisions are crisper, what is the cost effectiveness? What is the cost savings? And what is the profit increase related to accurate, right, and timely decisions mean to you? So it is not for staying healthy, it's making you a better business leader. The third one is in terms of doing the physical exercise. How many of you walk 10,000 or more steps per day? Wonderful. All those who are doing the steps that you are counting, you would stop counting when you are using that 45-minute quiet time. When you're using 45 minutes that quiet time that it takes you to walk 10,000 steps, there is no one. Please don't carry your cell phone with you when you go for a walk. Make sure you make it as a mandate, not as a choice. The reason being, if anyone calls you while you are walking, your thoughts are disrupted. So when you are with yourself, by yourself, and walking, you are not able to think again crystal, your body and thoughts get distracted. So body, mind and intellect. I have been meditating for 58 years out of 61 years of my life. Every day. That's like breathing. Breathing exercise for last 55 of 61 years of my life. A lot of people ask me, you look as fresh at 9:30 at night as you are at 5:30 in the morning. What is the secret? The secret is I'm fully present. At all points of time, because I listen to my body, I attend to my brain, and I respect my air that I breathe. When you do this, this is the single biggest wealth. So sustainability of your body, mind and intellect leads to how many of you would love to enroll in a 100 plus club here? Show of hands. Live beyond 100. So 100 plus club. One. Korean, you can keep your hand raising. Okay. Now Tina is smiling. Her sister is smiling. Rajesh. Who else? That's it. So I'm inviting rest of you to become part of it, even though you have family history of people passing away. Because going forward, when you do what I just shared with you to do, you will live your life on your terms. How many of you would love to live your life on your terms? Show of hands. Healthy, emotionally healthy, physically healthy, personally healthy. Isn't that a dream everybody wants to? So, did I talk a word of pollution? Did I? It doesn't matter. The second one is the personal well-being. How many of you have 10 minutes of quiet time to yourself when you wake up in the morning? This introspection, reflection, and assimilation of thoughts help you prioritize how you plan your day. It helps you let go of the things that would have bothered you otherwise. Third, emotional well-being. 90% of world population under age 35 have one or the other form of emotional health issue. They call it as mental health issue. Lack of focus, they call it ADD. Some of them have anxiety, some of them have crisis panic attacks, some of them. Now, it's alarming to see 90% of population, they are all in the workforce, working in your company, but you don't know about it. How many of you would love to find out and liberate them from their toxins so that they become more productive? Show of hands. So if you find out what keeps them awake at night, if you find out what worries them, these are the younger people. Some of them are older people. Lot of people are super achievers in doing what they do. Very, very loyal. They won't even say. But once they find out and you are close to them, this transforms your relationship. How many of you would love to see employees working for you for 20 plus years given a chance? Which is the highest profitability for employee. When somebody works longer, your training costs are down, your turnover is low, your other ancillary expenses are down, your entitlement costs are down. Emotional health, emotional assets, and emotional capital. Please write these 3 E's down. Emotional health, emotional assets, and emotional capital is going to be bigger than financial wealth and financial capital for business families to sustain for next 25, 50, 75, and 100 years. Yesterday evening, Lata, Parmeshwaran and I spent about half an hour She went through her journey. She shared with her the Kottaram family book. She is going to do the entire live video message capture, because she said what was missing from her several generations was only the pictures and the stories. But if you were to stay alive, that emotional comfort, the voice coming, wisdom coming, Tina, from your parents and grandparents, and if you are going through a vulnerable time, what does it mean to you? Priceless? If you go through all of this situation, so we have found, I wouldn't say I have cracked the code, but we have found an amazing breakthrough and solutions for several of these multi-generational issues. We help geriatrics people who are 65 plus, they feel different kind of emotional health issues. And why am I spending this much time for our today's best strategies? Because those who are aware, those who are ready, and they become conscious about doing something for it, they have changed their business models. They have changed their family productivity. They have changed transformationally. So yesterday is Lija from Bless Retirement here. I didn't see her. Oh, can you please come in the front, please? And I want both your daughters, if they are here, with you. I want you to be on the stage with me. Both of you sit on the right and the left. Please. We spent about an hour yesterday, and when we talked about the emotional health, she is a living example as to how being emotionally healthy helps employees, helps your guests, helps your clients, and helps your family. She is a living example when you talk about not being perfect, but being present. I want you to come now. Can I have a mic, please? What is important for all of us in the room to know is our own friends, family, and community's experience as to what it means to us. So I'm going to ask her to talk about her mom's emotional contribution to the residents and to the team members.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheetal, and this is my mom Lija. We represent Bless Retirement Living. So it's basically a retirement living we run. This is at Alua, and it's one of its first kind. I'm a little nervous, I think.
Speak in Malayalam, no problem.
No, language is not the issue.
Yeah. They are your family,
Yeah.
so speak to your family.
I don't know where to start from.
What are her strengths from emotional wealth? What does she bring to the relationship that makes you wow? From residents' point of view and employees' point of view. Remember what you told me? At the end of the day, who do they want? Who do they want?
By the end of the day, they all need Amma at the facility.
Why so?
Because so it's like we've tried it so many times to make things happen with our staff or with just the residents, but that never works because for them they all look up to my mom every single day. Not just the residents, but also the staff. Because, we have like different departments, and then we have staff who are like capable to look into their own departments. But it comes to the whole thing, we need Amma, like they all need Amma. And not just them, even Amma.
Wonderful, so give it to Amma. Lija, everybody runs their family business. Tell me what you have done with your guests and your team members. Are they your family or your employees?
Hi. See, for me, it's not a business, sir. It's my way of life because I learned anything about business.
Please write it down. She said it's a way of life. Being emotionally healthy is her way of life. Being emotionally present for her employees and her clients, the residents inside the community, is a way of her life. What is it that you have done that they admire?
See, I can understand human beings. Apart from that, I don't know. Like, I don't have any university qualification.
So that's a golden bullet you have just given. If you understand each other as human beings, you respect each other as human beings, and you accept each other as human beings. Golden rule is everyone wants to be treated the same way, which is like a golden rule. But are you treating everyone the way you want to be treated? And if not, are you emotionally healthy? If you are not, isn't it anxiety kicks in? Isn't it disappointment kicks in? Have you seen in her, in 1 hour that you spent, not one, there was one toxins that came up in the conversation. Not one disappointment that was presented in the conversation. Otherwise, a lot of people, they are in the business only for 2 years. Most of the businesses which are in less than 3 years time, they have the teething problems, they have the growing pains. So these are quite natural. Nothing came out. Why so? Because of her fantastic contribution in the emotional health. Thank you. Please.
When we have a guest, they could be our clients too. So in the first visit, it's Amma who finally talks to them. First our staff will take them around the property, they'll explain everything in detail, and then they'll definitely come see Amma, or else she'll make sure that she'll personally meet them, each of them. And then she never talks business. She never talks business. I've never heard her speak business. It's always it's direct heart-to-heart conversation, I should say.
Okay, please stop. Please stop. All of the younger generation, please remember, what did Sheetal just say? Heart to heart. Does she talk business? But all their housing is fully sold out. What does it mean? Clients bought. Did she sell? Emotional health is the reason why you have sustainable family business. Single largest reason. Thank you so much. Both of you are going to receive this from me. Thank you. Was real life example useful to all of you? Give them standing ovation. Relational well-being. Maxi, can I have you on the stage, please? He didn't know I was going to call him. Shiny, can I also have you on the stage? 2 mics, please. Please.
I'm also nervous, I must say.
Hello. Come on. You are on the spot. Okay. This wonderful human being was trained at National Defense Academy, Khadakwasla. All of them are perfect left-brain thinkers. You agree with me?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, right? You can't move an inch without your chief,
Absolutely.
right? So flawless execution is what they teach. But relationship in life is organized chaos, structured chaos, purpose-driven chaos. The individual who was trained for 18 years to be in Navy, launched the missile, did everything, is now part of completely contrarian environment. You agree?
Absolutely.
So Shiny, how long have you guys been married?
A little short of 25 years.
25 years, right? Okay. So first 18
In
years.
fact, just to give you the day the Babri Masjid got broken. We always talk about it. We met and look at what happened right through.
So 1 second. So you disrupted the silos of relationship, understanding, and now you created a whole new world in 25 years, right? So what is one thing that he brings to the table as a relationship builder that you are proud about?
His sense of fun.
Wonderful.
He makes everything wow.
Awesome. What is one thing as a relationship delivery expert, because she started in 2007, you just came in 5-6 years ago, right? That you looked up to?
Client focus and absolute relation.
Absolute relation, client focus, correct? So if you had to do one thing all over again, integrating his strength, what will that be?
Be more fun.
Thank you. So relationship is, guys, everyone. I can't hear. Okay, if it is fun, you see a big smile in his face when she said fun, correct? So what do you do that makes everybody laugh?
Don't do anything. I'm having fun all the time, so that makes.
So that's your attitude.
Absolutely.
So you transform your stiffness of military into fun and celebrating every moment of your life. Thank you.
Just to share, a lot of clients when they leave the office, they actually hug him and go.
So I'll give him a hug too. Thank you. Thank you. Now, what they both did was a simple common sense. Having fun, being fully present, right, has relationship for life. 90% of us in the business either are fighting in a retail showroom for negotiating the deal, correct? Or if you are in the wealth management business, looking for the client, bargaining for the price of the fee. If you are in the healthcare business, you have different challenges. All of you in the relationship side, the reason why they have, just to let you know, that, and I didn't want to say it in front of Shiny, but Maxi joined Shiny only 6 years ago? Okay. In 18 years, whatever Shiny has done, almost 40% what he has done in 1/3 the time, right? So Shiny, a challenge to you. In the next 3 years' time, you need to adapt to what he gave you as a gift, having fun and double your practice. You want to take the challenge? All of you are witness. Starting today, all of you who know Shiny or have known Shiny must challenge her to have. Only then her practice will double, not otherwise. Okay. So one of the important things that we have to learn is connected with heart. What Lija is saying is, I don't talk business. What is spirituality? We have people in Kerala, 3 communities coexist together. Best friends, go to school together, grow up together, have lifelong friendship together. Muslim, Hindu, Christians, correct? And within that you have 65 subsets. If you were to talk about religion, is that spirituality? What is spirituality? I want one younger person. Vijay, what do you think is spirituality? Can you give him a mic, please?
Not necessarily religion, but or connect to a higher being.
Connect to the higher being.
Self.
Oh, wonderful. Richard, can you please stand up? What does spirituality mean to you?
To see God in every human being, to see God in others.
Speak loudly.
To see God in others.
To see God in others. Okay, can someone expand on what Richard just said? To see good in others. Dishan said to see good in others. Tina, what does seeing good in others mean in the business growth, business transformation? Can you give us the mic, please?
To see good would be to respect the other individual, to humble myself when it's required, and to help the other person get better when it's needed.
Wonderful. Can you give mic to your sister? You just graduated in hospitality. Atithi Devo Bhava is hospitality. So, in spirituality, what does it mean? And being good to others, how much will it transform and translate hospitality industry?
Definitely, one thing I've learned is not to judge based on what you see, but people bring different abilities and talents.
Right.
So if you make a presumption about someone, you may not be able to see that. So be open to to everyone and see them from that perspective that they can bring something good.
That's wonderful. Bisi? Yeah. Can you pass on the mic to him? When you are good to others, what does it mean in business transformation?
Being good to others, connecting with them emotionally,
Right.
makes a whole lot of difference.
So how does it help you in business growth?
Business automatically grows.
Okay.
When there is relationship, when a business is built on relationships,
Right.
then that of profits. Profits definitely you need, it automatically happens.
Wonderful. So I'm going to share a golden nugget of life. Please write it down, frame it, keep it with you in front of you, all points of time. See divinity in everyone. See divinity in everyone. Express gratitude to everyone. And see divine in everything. When you see divinity in everyone, you are following golden rule to the nth degree of perfection. You want to be treated with respect, you want to be connected with the heart, you want to feel good about striking a conversation with someone, don't you? And if you want to, if somebody does that, he saw or she saw divinity in you, that's why there's a conversation. And if it is, being grateful is a lifelong beginning. And that's connection of the heart, and that's the spirit. And that's where they always say that no matter which scriptures you read, whether it's Bible, Quran, Gita, anyone, they always say that when you see celebration of your progress in letting others win, that's your spirit. And if you see divinity in everything, whether it is business transaction, whether it is employee issues, whether it is sibling related differences, and whether it is personal bonding that you have lifelong with a child that you've grown up with. And I'll give you a beautiful story that Dr. Chandy shared with us. Dr. Chandy, can I share that story? When he was growing up, they used to play Gilli Danda. Are all of you familiar with that? He said the spirituality par excellence real life example. And he said that all of us start playing, and there are different houses, there were no transportation, there were only boats, nothing else. So go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, after 1 hour they're tired. Whoever is the lady, they'll call them inside, they'll feed, then go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one, the end of the day happens, they come back, right? Wasn't it a true seeing divinity, seeing God in every child that that lady was seeing? They were not relatives, but they became a lifelong family. Same way, the one that was early stage mentors, they saw divinity in you, that's why they took time to mentor you. If you see everyone that has infected you, how many of you have written handwritten notes to those people who have infected you in your life? Show of hands. If not, can you please make this as a mandate? This is what I'm asking you to do, not requesting. Identify, put it on a separate piece of paper, everyone from the time that you remember going back when you were 3 years old until now, who impacted you when you were growing up. If that person is alive, write a note to that person. Make a copy of the letter that you're going to write. Put it in a treasure box, and I mean treasure box. Because when you see 10 years later, 15 years later, and other family members of that you share with, it is going to be a gift of gratitude, a gift of priceless memories. This is so powerful, so powerful. And when people who receive it, handwritten note, they know it is authentic. It is not cut and paste. In the world where more than 20 billion cut and paste messages are forwarded in WhatsApp, your one authentic message will rebuild, revive, and regain the relationship that you have lost touch. That's spirit. That's spirituality. Professional well-being, which means someone has 4 retail stores, want to grow to 20. Someone is in the surgical supplies business, he want to multiply. Someone is in the wealth management business, he want to grow. At the end of the day, all of us start family business for a reason. What is the reason? Grow, multiply, and supply to the next generation. Aren't we the feeder to the next generation? Whether or not they want it or they don't want it. And financial well-being. This is a reward or outcome that we create. Some of us experienced that one of our family business here expressed that they lost it all and they rebuilt it. The second one said that they wanted to do it and they couldn't because they didn't get timely funds. So this is not the end of the day. The social well-being is each one for other. How many of you are part of a community or an NGO or an organization or a group where each one is for each other? Show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of you would love to be part of the group if we were to start one in Cochin, Kerala? Whether it's Kottayam, whether it's Calicut, Trichur, Trivandrum. If this is a community building, that we do it on purpose. Vijay, would it help you empower yourself? Would it help you scale your capacity? And if it is, then they call it as blue zone of life, where you feel safe, secure, and tranquil. So, having seen that, let us see which are the 5 best practices. So, be the trendsetter. When you set yourself as a trendsetter, you are completely in unknown, uncharted territory. We come back to Tina and her sister. When your grandfather started organization, did he have a vision and a dream to go as far as 100 years?
At that time when he started, it was more of a service to the community.
Thank you. But was he where you are today and all of you are part of one community? Did he see that crystal clear at that time? It started small and it has flourished to a whole new, blossomed into a big businesses, correct? So all of you remember, being a trendsetter, you are willing to fail, you are ready to risk, and you are willing to do whatever it takes. Money is not the issue. I went with $500, left all my glory behind, and I made to myself one promise. I want to do something that my great-grandfather had done, which is charter into completely unknown territory. New country, no money, no relationship, no knowledge, no financial planning knowledge, no tax planning knowledge. When you do and become a trendsetter, 2 things happen. Either your neck gets chopped out or you continue to get pushed. Correct? When you continue to get pushed, you have an unfair advantage because you disrupt your competition. How many of you as a family businesses would love to grow because of you being different? Younger kids use the word, we want to innovate. Correct? We have a younger person who is in digital marketing. How important it is if you are a pioneer. How easy for you to brand the experience?
Branding is important in all aspects of life. So even if stars are becoming it is important that our customers
So it will help if you are a trendsetter. Number 2, actively listening to the customers. Number 3, pay attention to the changing needs. Number 4, engage multiple generation. And number 5, creating consortium of like-minded business owners. So my friend Jose, where is Jose? Come on in. And bring your friend who is also part of the consortium. In mathematics, there is a word called power of compounding. Please come up. Please come up. You know what is the power of compounding? 1 plus 1 becomes 2 or 11. Tell me. When you do a power of compounding, is it 1 plus 1, 2 or 11? 11. So these two individuals are going to share. Can I have one more mic, please? Are going to share the last one, creating consortium of like-minded group. Correct? What industry you are in and what business you are in.
Basically, I'm the general manager of an engineering college.
Right.
Before I was working with V-Guard and all these things, different companies. Then during that time also I was interacting with 7 other stakeholders in different part of it who are doing planes industry. So we sit together, made different type of thoughts. Like-minded people consolidated everywhere, and we framed a company named Rich Roots. Rich Roots.
Okay.
So we are sharing the best management practices and we are just ready for taking new challenges.
Fantastic. Jose, how long are you part of that group of 7 people?
Last 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so what is one thing that you've taken from that group meeting that has helped you grow your business?
Definitely, we are the best management practice. We are sharing our failures and success in that group. Open up. We are not the immediate competitors, but we are in the same field. Home appliances, retail business.
Has it helped you grow your business?
100%. Yes. 100%.
Okay. So tell everybody how much have you grown in the last 2 years. Feel free.
See,
did you grow at 25% a year, 15% a year?
That is not in turnover. That's in our attitude and the wavelength and everything.
Yeah. Go slow. Tell one more time.
Yes.
The growth is not in the
turnover.
So face them, tell them.
Yeah. The attitude shift. That's the main thing. Then the thinking pattern.
Beautiful. So first one is attitude shift. The second one is thinking pattern. What's the third one? First one is attitude shift.
Yeah.
Second one is
the confidence level in our group is grown like anything.
Fantastic. So what does it lead to? Right attitude, shifting mindset. Thinking are the same. Does anybody focus on instant gratification called revenue? No. Is it relevant? Maybe to the employees. Is it to the business owners? No. So by consulting, and remember, he is a facilitator. He is a person that makes things happen. He is bringing the energy together. If this energy that you bring together is helping them exponentially grow in possibilities, opportunities, and transformational impact to the community. So how is it helping you?
Of course, a synergy platform is developed there.
Right.
I am also learning and earning.
You are learning and earning.
Yeah.
Okay, how many of you would love to earn and learn? Show of hands. Wonderful. So all of you are drafted today. All those who raise your hands, please write it on the card and give your names. Because this is something where the attitude is everything. Correct? Willing to be different and sharing similar businesses. So even though on one side you are not competitors, but you are collaborators. Isn't it? You change the way you look at the same way. Now you are in a state where it's not a business-friendly government environment. You have ignored those setbacks and now you created the whole new opportunity. Right?
Yes.
How does it make you feel?
It's a confidence level. We think big now.
Think big. So when you talk about being with a circle of energy, circle of people, circle of well-wishers, and circle of game changers, aren't you now taking collective risk together? Isn't this a wonderful way and a simple way to have someone who's only got 4 retail stores by normal standard, but is thinking big? So if he wants to grow 100-fold in next 12 years or 15 years, now it's not a bold vision. It is now a path. Correct? So I'm guaranteeing you will get there sooner than later.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Give a big round of applause for me. So encourage multiple generations. We have Richard and Matthew. Can you please come on stage? We have Sheetal, her sister. Please come on stage. Tina and her sister, please come on stage. And who else is father, son, or mother-daughter team that I have not looked up to? I have not looked out for. Did I miss out on anybody else who is in the audience and who are parents and children in the business together? They grew up in a family business which is now what, about 75-year-old?
No, since we're a fourth generation, so we're about 130, more than 130.
130 years old. Okay. They don't have any of the elders in the room with them, but I have to ask, what are the two things that your parents and the elders in the family business did that inspired both of you ready to join business and part of the family business?
While the decision was a prolonged decision to join, if I reflect, there are many instances since childhood where this process was more or less organic. Like, I remember maybe long trips with my dad. He would just talk in general about what he does. Maybe about whatever products or the instances in office, not with any intentions, just sharing instances.
Sharing his stories.
Yeah.
You observe, you listen, and you apply.
Ask questions at that point, just out of curiosity as a child, that's all.
So how has it helped you now that you're part of corporate finance?
It's not a specific instance, but what helped, and I was saying this to someone yesterday, when I was studying, I remember a lot of my peers, they were saying that after their studies, they wanted to get into manufacturing because there's so much exposure there. And I was like, what is so much exposure in manufacturing? I can't understand that industry. Why not financial services? I mean, I like it. Like, am I missing out something, or is it something that they can't understand about me? But I guess it was all these little instances that from childhood, all these stories that I was hearing that kind of helped me understand what the family does. And over time, I started realizing the ultimate purpose of why we do what we do. And that's actually a matter of pride now.
Please repeat what you just said one more time.
Okay.
After a period of time, you realize
what the family does.
Why we do.
Yeah, why we do what we do.
What we do, correct? So remember, is common sense a common practice? What she figured out by management, by walking around, listening to dad's stories when she was young. She's a chartered accountant by training. Her sister is MBA from Australia. None of these things are taught in the school. Your friends were scratching their head to explore, and you were baffled as to when things are here. Why are you looking for the next big thing? So she's not wasting her time. When you engage the multiple generation right from the early stage, bulk of the thing it says, get ready and then come. Get ready and then come. They may have done articleship elsewhere, but at the end of the day, what a better ground of mentoring, what a better ground of preparing, what a better ground of delegating to someone. Isn't that you feeling so empowered about? Correct.
Oh, definitely. Just after I finished my CA, I spent a couple of months in the family business, but I was very raw. So I didn't think where I'd be able to contribute, what I'd be able to do. Then I went back out, got some experience in a big firm, where I realized more than the technicals, I learned how to work with other people, manage a team, deliver,
So you learned how to work with other people. Remember, when you are in a protective environment at home, they don't teach you how to work, but being humble and being part of the environment that gave her the ability and opportunity. So now when you come back to family business, what's your empathy to the employees?
The fact that you mentioned about humility, like I remember, I just want to share something. when I was working in KPMG, specifically in the tax department. So I had no background in tax. And the one thing that motivated me to make sure that I work hard and deliver my best was because I understood the client. As an expert, even though I have CA knowledge, whatever it is, tax is still such a difficult subject. So I couldn't imagine how difficult it would be for my clients. So it's the same thought process that I'm bringing into the family business. Like, how many ever customers we have, they're depending on us for their livelihood. So as hard as the day could get, or I could get emotionally bogged down, this is the one thing that keeps me up. So
I'm so happy and grateful to you because you gave a very, very unique perspective from the younger generation, inspiring every senior in the room. That when you are humble and admitting, others will come and teach you, share with you, and make you stronger. Thank you so much. Now, Richard, for you. When your dad asked you to join with him, you made decision, both of your different locations you're building, you are still in the growth phase, you are not yet in the established phase, correct? So what is one thing you are looking up to him when he brought you in?
I wanted to be independent, like whatever decision I want to make. I have few ideas, so I wanted support from him. I wanted him, he's having a practice of more than 30 years. So we have an existing client base, so I would like to add on to that.
Wonderful.
And also support him.
So, Matthew, what was the thing, not because he's your son, what is one thing that you loved about him as a professional that gave you comfort to engage him in the business?
He's hardworking, obedient, and he's having
He is obedient, he is hardworking, and
such a level of humility is also with him.
humility. Okay, so 3 qualities among the younger generation which is bringing in humility, hardworking, and obedience. How many of you in this room are obedient children at 50? At 50? Okay. Maxi, is that obedient husband or obedient son? Okay. Now we come to Sheetal. When you joined as an architect, your dad's business, only 2 years ago.
I joined this year actually.
Okay, this year.
I graduated this year.
Okay, so what did...
But I've been seeing the growth.
You're seeing the growth, but now you're part of the growth.
I would like to correct that. I've been part of the growth.
You're part of the growth, right? So if you're part of the growth, what is one thing that you're grateful to your parents for bringing you in the business?
They never brought me in the business. I just happened to be part of it.
Beautiful.
Like, it's not like a business. It's more like a family to me, what we do.
Okay.
So it never feels like I'm going to my workplace every day. It's like an extension of our own family. So
this is very, very profound. What Sheetal just said, did every one of you hear? This is not like a work for me. Please write it down. When your work, profession, or the business you do becomes like going to temple, it's like worship, it's going with the family, for the family, what happens to your energy level? High or low? High. What happens to the engagement level? High or low? High. What productivity level? High or low? So when you have that, and she's just graduated from the college, she had the choice of joining any of the architectural firms, she had the choice of going into any of the engineering firm, being into something that is allowing to grow together, learning together, process together. Her sister is in the final year of the college, she's graduating next year.
One more year, after that I will graduate.
Okay, so you are already committed to be part?
Yes.
What is one reason why?
Because just like she said, we are growing with the business, so I will be part of it.
So all of you with 4 different families, 5 different families, saw a very different perspective when you bring in multiple generations, right? Identify, how many of you have done the family meeting like this where you have openness of sharing? Show of hands. If not, it's my invitation to all of you. Begin. Because once you have, isn't it the breath of fresh air that you got 4 different perspectives? 130-year-old business, 127-year-old business, 130-year-old chartered accountancy practice, and one only 2-year-old. It doesn't matter how long you are in the business. When you bring in multi-generational, it's comfort, it's confidence, it's courage, and it's commitment. I want to applaud all of you. Fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Very proud of you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. And like the first one, I think this entire group deserves standing ovation for openness of sharing. When you are doing a community building, this is one of the first flavor I wanted to give, how it would look like, feel like being part of this. So by show of hands, knowing what you have just experienced, how many of you would love to be part of this community? Only 25%? How many of you would love to be mentors to this community that you would help? Oh, the lights went off? Can you turn on the lights, please? Thank you. So the last two is actively listening and pay attention to the customers. What we have seen were integral part of the first two that we did. They already proved, they already shared, and they already showed you, okay, what it takes to be. So when you talk about being a trendsetter, where is Punus? Is Punus here today? Okay. So people from St. James's, he's an outlier. 1945 until now, 73 years, 2 generations, 2 different families. He continued to diversify and into the areas that brought 3 generations together. He told me yesterday in a separate conversation that they don't have a formalized family constitution, but they have an informal conversation all the time on a weekly basis. So being an outlier, still being touched. Second one is actively listen to the younger generations. We saw idea, energy, free spirit. Didn't we experience right here in the audience? Third, pay attention to the details. So Lija and Anthony built this community, providing home away from home to residents of retirement living, providing care with compassion, creating family environment in all of them, and be the servant leader. Did you not experience that when she came first and now that both the children? You can't fake it, my friends. It's a way of life. Create consortium of like-minded people, Joe's and 7 other business owners. Openness of sharing, commitment to help each other grow. Isn't that what they shared on the platform? Joe's, did you know that you were going to be called ahead of time? No. We just told you, right? So when you talk about finally, is Raj Gopal here or he's not here? Can you please come here? He is my rock star today. I'm going to share another gift with all of you. Please write down the 3 types of leaders in the world. One leader are dominant drivers of the business. They control 80% of the future growth of the business. Aditya Birla is a classic example. He drove the entire Birla business model, including all his uncles and others. They all had 6% growth. He had tripled in 10 years' time. He passed away at the age of 51. But Kumar Mangalam took 7 years to get the reins in proper hands. Sarda Devi trained him under several mentors. The second type of leader happens to be the mediation leaders. The mediation leaders are not necessarily the best decision makers, but they are the best comfort providers. 90% of the family businesses, my friend, have the people who are looking for comfort. They're looking for not competition, but they're looking for. So he and your brother both built a chemical trading business, correct? How long did both of you work together?
Around 20 years.
20 years. And then your brother passed away. Okay. When your brother passed away, how many offices did you have?
At that time, we have only 2 offices.
2 offices. Okay. Then your nephews joined you? Okay. And then your son joined? Okay. So now the 3 of them have joined. What has happened in scaling the capacity?
Yes.
How many offices do you have now?
Now we have 10 offices.
So from 2 to 10 in how many years?
With a span of 10 years.
10 years? Okay, what happened? Tell me. Can any one of you, I'll share with you 3 golden nuggets, but what do you think happened in his case? He is not a chemical engineer. He is not a chemical technologist. He is an MCom. He has a distributorship of several chemical companies. So, what is it that you did in a commodity business, which is dissipating, depleting? You grew from 2 to 10 instead of closing the business. What would you attribute that to? What is the single reason that stands out why you grew the way you grew?
Because the children has to grow.
Okay. So, what is focus on client service?
Yes.
Correct? You shared with them.
Yes.
That's they implemented. That's why they grew. Who mentoring? You're mentoring?
Yes.
Not they have to grow. Who's mentoring? They were humble enough to learn.
Yes.
Right? So Navies and Sons and grew from 1 to 10 office or 2 to 10 office?
2 to 10.
Okay, that's not a number, but creating or mediating leadership, you understood them. Instead of retiring, you reactivated yourself. Correct? Now you are happy that they have taken over?
Yes.
Okay. So this is best practice of a family business, where in a commoditized business, chemical trading is today, would you not agree it's a commodity business?
It's a commodity business.
So younger generation don't want to join a commodity business. What is one thing that they see as an excitement? Growing together,
Yes,
profits together.
Growing everything together.
Correct?
Correct.
And they are all in harmony with each other?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The third leadership that you have is the servant leadership. That's what you saw in Muthuchana Pachan family as well as the blessed retirement. When you do this, these 3 leadership defines sustainability in whatever businesses you are in. Remember, this is not rocket science, this is not taught anywhere in the IIM, ISB and others. This is all life experience. Thank you so much. So, in closing, what I have told Kurian and Maria is, if this is something that you see yourself evolving, building the support system, building the ecosystem, building this, we would love to have a group which will come together regularly. We are going to work on the schematics, but how many of you would love to be part of this group that is this vibrant? Show of hands. And how many of the younger generation, show of hands, would love to have your own similar vibrant groups of businesses? Show of hands. So all of you are going to be given the opportunity to be part in sharing. Now, given the choice, would you like to have this as an ongoing capture of sharing and growing together in the form of digital experiences, in the form of personal experiences, in the form of once a year, something like this? Are you all excited to be part of this? Then please stand up. All. So now you have to remember, you are holding each other's hand to create the Vasudev Kutumbam. Are you all with it? That's what Dr. Abdul Kalam said. It's not how much you know, it's how much you care. So you are creating a new initiative of building a community together. We are all together to build it, to sustain it, to grow it, and to multiply it. Thank you.